A plane is sent to evacuate Britons trapped at the epicentre of the deadly coronavirus.
ITV Evening News with Lucrezia Millarini.
Good evening. An emergency evacuation flight carrying 150 UK nationals is due to leave China tonight as fears rise over the spread of the new coronavirus. The aircraft is due to arrive in Britain tomorrow, and then those on board will be put into quarantine at a hospital in the Wirral. It comes after the UK government's response to the outbreak was criticised by Brits trapped inside infected areas. 170 people are now known to have died, and cases have been identified in every region in mainland China. Well, I'm joined now by science Brits who have been trapped in China. They're going to be evacuated sometime tonight. What exactly will happen to them once they touch down here at home?
I think, point out first, they will, I assume, we haven't had this confirmed by health authorities, be tested for the virus once they arrive.
We'll, of course, have more from China later on in the programme. But first, one of Northern Ireland's most senior doctors has told ITV News lives are being put at risk by the perilous state of its health service. The latest figures show a staggering number of patients having long waits in A&Es, with the service missing key targets by wide margins. The US Secretary of State has said he is confident Britain and America can work through their differences over Chinese tech giant Huawei. Well, let's return now to our top story and the evacuation of Britain still stuck in Wuhan, where the coronavirus is continuing to spread. A flight with 150 on board will leave China tonight from Beijing. Here's our Asia correspondent, Debbie Edward. Prince Harry has lost his complaint against the Mail on Sunday over a story criticising his wildlife photographs. The Independent Press Standards organisation threw out the Duke's claim that the article was inaccurate. Well, our royal... Still to come on the ITV Evening News. Those stories and more after the break. Welcome back. A coroner has highlighted gross failings in the care of a nurse who died from cervical cancer after being given the all clear. Mother of two, Julie O'Connor, was wrongly told by doctors that a smear test and biopsy were normal. As Lucy Watson reports, her widower is now calling for an inquiry to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else. Now there's a little over 24 hours before Britain officially leaves the EU, and it's set to divide people right to the end. In Parliament Square, there'll be a Brexit celebration party, but elsewhere there'll be candlelit vigils and pledges of support for the EU. Well, ahead of the big day all this week, ITV News has been hearing the views of people across the country. And finally, even among the few, Wing Commander Paul Farnes was special. He was the last surviving fighter ace from those who fought in the Battle of Britain. The brave aircrew who successfully defended our skies from the Luftwaffe in 1940. And after his death at the age of 101 was announced, his heroism was remembered along with the sacrifice of so many others, as Paul Davies reports. And that is it. Tom is here with news at 10, but from me and all the team, have a great evening. Bye-bye.